there's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again.
Rachel Zegler couldn't hide her frustration after the new Snow White remake failed to impress. Fans were shocked by how the movie turned out, especially after all the hype around its woke changes. Disney's attempt to modernize this classic didn't sit well with many, and even the huge budget couldn't save it. But what went so wrong with this reimagined fairy tale? Let's dive into why this remake became one of Disney's biggest letdowns that will cause a lot of its workers to lose their jobs. Bob Iger's struggle with Disney fans. Lately, Disney has been having a tough time, and it's clear for everyone to see. This has made a lot of its dedicated fans feel uncomfortable and unsure about sticking with the brand. Critics are having a field day seeing Disney in a bit of a mess as the outcomes of their recent choices start to show. Particularly, Disney is upset with shows like South Park that make fun of them for adopting what some call woke ideas, especially changes related to race and religion in their movies. This type of humor has hit home with many people, making the criticism of Disney's new creative directions even louder. Before we dive deeper, it's obvious that Disney's situation is far more troubling than anyone realized, and this latest revelation will be the one to truly shock you. Bob Iger, who's been known as a smart and effective leader, is now getting a lot of heat. Despite his years of experience, it seems he's more interested in keeping the shareholders happy than in dealing with the real issues that are driving Disney's fans away. His management of the recent problems, especially with the new Snow White film, has made people question what Disney's future looks like and what path it will take under his leadership. The preview for Snow White 2025 was supposed to get people excited, but it ended up getting slammed on social media, receiving over 1 million dislikes. This shows just how much people are not liking the new direction Disney is taking with this classic story. The original Snow White movie, which came out in 1937, mainly focused on her love story with a prince who, by today's standards, might seem a bit too pushy. In the new version, this love story has been cut out completely, which has really disappointed fans who loved the original plot. Instead of keeping the elements that made the story timeless, Disney decided to change a lot, moving away from the memories that many cherished. Now, the story emphasizes Snow White becoming a leader, which Disney says is more fitting for today's values. Rachel Zegler, who plays Snow White, is at the center of all this drama. Her public comments and how she's playing the character have added fuel to the fire, with more people calling for a boycott. Zegler's public disagreements with the director Mark Webb and the writer Greta Gerwig have made things even messier, exposing more issues. I feel very blessed to be playing Snow White, Zegler said in interviews, but her actions and statements often don't match up, creating tension not just with Disney fans but also within the team. There are reports that Mark Webb, the director, has been frustrated with Zegler's approach to the role and her seeming lack of respect for his artistic direction. Zegler has also shared her thoughts on the role, saying, "It's no longer 1937, and we've created a Snow White who isn't just waiting to be rescued by a prince. She's not dreaming about love, she's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be." Her modern take on the character hasn't connected with audiences who were expecting something more traditional. This has sparked debates about whether it's more important to stay true to the original story or to change old stories to reflect today's values. Rachel Zegler's activism, especially her support for Palestine, has also caused more problems. She has been vocal, urging other celebrities to do more than just make posts on social media, which has caused issues, especially considering her co-star Gal Gadot's views. Gadot, who plays the evil queen and is a proud Zionist, has very different beliefs, and this clash has not gone unnoticed. There are reports that Zegler's lawyers are looking for ways to protect her career, especially after Disney executives apparently began to pull her from upcoming projects due to the growing boycotts and backlash against her comments. As Disney's choices keep getting people upset, the gap between them and their fans grows even wider. The new look of Snow White's dwarfs. The Snow White remake has also made other choices that have stirred controversy, like casting Zegler, who is of Hispanic heritage, and changing the roles of the dwarfs, who are not dwarfs nor Caucasian in this version. This has upset many in the little person community, who feel that these roles, which were meant for them, are being taken away. One actor put it this way: "These roles were made for actors of my stature. I can't audition for the Harrison Ford or George Clooney parts because they're not made for me. These dwarf roles were, and now they're not. it doesn't seem fair. This sense of being left out has added another layer of criticism to Disney's new version of the story. Now let's take a closer look at Disney's broader situation and the challenges it faces. As Disney continues to push into new territories with its creative decisions, the backlash from the public seems to be growing. This is a crucial moment for the company as it decides how to balance tradition with innovation. The outcome of this situation could define Disney's strategy and its relationship with its audience for years to come. Will Disney listen to its fans and reconsider its approach, or will it continue on its current path, prioritizing new ideas over the cherished memories of its longtime supporters? This ongoing saga not only impacts Disney, but also serves as a case study for other companies in the entertainment industry on how to navigate the complex interplay of tradition, modernity, and public perception. In this extensive discussion, we've covered the many aspects of Disney's current predicaments and the broader implications for the company and its stakeholders. From the immediate reactions to the Snow White trailer to the broader cultural debates it has sparked, it's clear that Disney is at a crossroads. How it chooses to respond to these challenges will be closely watched by fans, critics, and industry observers alike. Disney's recent decision to cancel merchandise worth millions of dollars related to Snow White signals a rushed move to regain control of public perception. This incident is not the first of its kind, as it reflects a similar scenario with The Acolyte, where merchandise was also pulled from shelves following controversy. These actions highlight a recurring issue of poor planning and an apparent disconnect with the audience's expectations. Critics suggest that Disney could have avoided the public humiliation by stopping the Snow White project earlier, preventing it from becoming a public relations disaster. Rachel Zegler, despite the surrounding negativity, has expressed her gratitude for the role of Snow White, calling it the biggest honor of my life. She described the joy of dressing as a Disney princess and filming in London for 6 months as a dream come true. However, her off-camera behavior has cast a shadow over her enthusiasm, negatively affecting the film's marketing efforts and its reception among fans and critics alike. The anticipation and worry among Disney fans regarding the new Snow White remake continue to escalate, largely due to Zegler's public statements. She has been termed a walking public relations disaster for Disney, and her ongoing criticisms of the original story have only fueled the controversy. When asked about the absence of the classic love story in the remake, she replied, "We didn't do that this time. It's a different take, and whether or not she finds love is anyone's guess. All of Andrew's scenes might get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby." These comments have clarified that this version of Snow White is quite different from the beloved tale. Instead of embracing Disney's century-long filmmaking tradition, Ziegler's approach seems dismissive of the company's storied past, aiming to modernize the character in a way that has alienated many longtime fans. This stance has drawn parallels to other recent Disney projects that have not met audience or critical expectations. These troubles with their old stories show a bigger problem at Disney, hinting at more challenges ahead. Disney's box office woes. For example, the release of Strange World in 2022 resulted in a massive financial loss of $147 million, and Elemental marked one of Disney's worst box office openings in nearly 3 decades. These financial failures pose an important question. If Disney is eager to incorporate contemporary themes and tell modern stories, why not create original content instead of drastically altering beloved classics, thereby disconnecting them from their original audience? Beyond a single film, Disney's overall challenges are mounting. Bob Iger, who is planning to retire by 2026, might leave the company in a less favorable condition than when he resumed leadership. There is already speculation about who will take over, with concerns that Disney's next leader might intensify focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, and environmental, social, and governance. This potential shift could alienate a significant portion of Disney's traditional fan base, leading to a perception of an identity crisis within the company. Financial issues are another significant concern for Disney. In the last 4 years, the company has reported billions of dollars in losses, particularly in its streaming services. While Hulu's performance might mask some of these losses, Disney Plus is reportedly bleeding far more than the $11 billion previously disclosed. These escalating problems indicate that the issues with the Snow White film are not isolated, but are reflective of larger systemic challenges that Disney is facing. At this point, it looks like Snow White 2025 might turn out to be a big flop, both culturally and financially. This situation is sparking a lot of discussions about whether Disney can still handle the challenges of today's entertainment world. Fans, movie critics, and people who know the industry are starting to wonder if Disney's best years are over, or if there's still a chance for the company to fix its direction and get back on track. The troubles with Snow White highlight the dangers when a company drifts too far from what made people love it in the first place. Everyone is watching to see if Disney learns from this tough experience. To win back people's trust and respect, Disney will have to think over how it makes movies, especially remakes, and how it plans its future moves. This means finding a good balance between keeping the charm of classic tales and adding new, appealing content that connects with the varied tastes of today's viewers. Disney is at a very important turning point. The decisions it makes in the next few years will show if it can regain its old sparkle, or if it will keep facing problems with its identity and money issues. Fans are really hoping Disney can bring back the special magic that once made it famous by going back to the kind of storytelling that respects its history but also makes exciting new connections with today's world. It's a tough time for Disney, and everyone's waiting to see if it can come through these rough times stronger, with a fresh bond with its fans and ready to amaze a new generation. Looking deeper, Disney's recent challenges aren't just about a single movie's failure, but are indicative of broader trends and shifts in audience expectations. The entertainment landscape has changed dramatically, with more competitors and new platforms reshaping how stories are told and consumed. Disney's strategy of banking heavily on remakes of classic films has not resonated as well as expected, with audiences seeking more originality and diversity in storytelling. Moreover, the criticism isn't just from outside observers, but also comes from within the ranks of Disney fans and creatives who feel the company has lost its storytelling edge. The reliance on visual effects and star power over compelling narrative and character development has been a growing concern. These elements have caused some viewers to feel disconnected from the newer releases, which seem to lack the emotional depth and timeless appeal of Disney's earlier works. In response to these challenges, Disney might need to rethink not only the kinds of stories it tells, but also how it interacts with its audience. Engaging more actively with fans, understanding their desires, and incorporating their feedback could be crucial. This involves leveraging social media and other direct-to-consumer platforms, not just for marketing, but for genuine engagement and building community around Disney's brand. In the middle of all this, Rachel Zegler's rise brings a new focus, showing how her life has captured everyone's attention. Rachel Zegler's rise to fame. Rachel Zegler was born on May 3, 2001, in Clifton, New Jersey, into a Colombian-American family. Music was a big part of her early life, helping her develop a love for singing and performing from a very young age. Rachel attended Dwight Morrow High School and was deeply involved in its theater productions. This experience allowed her to refine her acting abilities and stoke her passion for performance. Beyond school plays, she participated in local community theater, which further developed her talent and confidence on stage. Her career took a significant turn when she landed the role of Maria in a local production of West Side Story. This opportunity proved pivotal as it led to her being cast by Steven Spielberg in the 2021 film adaptation of the same musical. Selected from over 30,000 applicants, Rachel's casting as Maria in this high-profile film marked her major film debut. Her performance received critical acclaim, and she won the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a Motion Picture Musical or Comedy, becoming one of the youngest actors to ever receive this honor. Spielberg praised her for her vocal talent and emotional depth, qualities that deeply resonated with audiences. Following her breakout role in West Side Story, Rachel quickly became a sought-after actress in Hollywood. In 2023, she appeared in Shazam! Fury of the Gods, portraying the character Anthea. This role highlighted her versatility and ability to adapt to different genres and characters. She also starred as Lucy Gray Baird in The Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, further solidifying her position as a rising star in the industry. Rachel's role as Snow White in Disney's upcoming live-action adaptation of the classic fairy tale is particularly noteworthy. She is set to be one of the first Latina actresses to lead in a live-action Disney film. This casting is a significant step toward greater representation in the industry, and the film's director, Mark Webb, has commended her for her strength, intelligence, and optimism. These traits, he believes, will bring a fresh perspective and joy to the beloved story. Outside of her film roles, Rachel has made significant strides strides in the entertainment industry. She has graced the covers of major magazines such as Elle, Town and Country, and The Hollywood Reporter. Her influence and impact have been recognized with inclusion in Forbes' 30 Under 30 class of 2022, Time Magazine's Time 100 Next list, and Variety's Power of Young Hollywood Impact list. The Hollywood Reporter also honored her in their Next Generation list, and Elle magazine listed her among the 9 Latinx women in Hollywood currently changing the world. Rachel's personal life remains as grounded and relatable as her public persona. She began dating actor Josh Andres Rivera, whom she met on the set of West Side Story. Their relationship continued as they worked together in The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Rachel cites Barbra Streisand as one of her major influences, an admiration that grew when Streisand sent her a personalized gift. Additionally, Rachel is a fan of Taylor Swift, further showcasing her deep appreciation for music beyond her own performances. Rachel Zegler's path from a New Jersey high school theater to Hollywood's red carpets is a testament to her dedication, talent, and hard work. Her career is marked by notable achievements and roles that have showcased her versatility and commitment to her craft. She continues to pursue projects that allow her to represent and inspire the Latinx community, and her future in the entertainment industry looks exceptionally bright. Rachel's story is not just about individual success, it's about breaking barriers and setting new standards in an industry that is slowly embracing diversity. Her roles are carefully chosen, not just for their entertainment value, but also for their potential to influence and reshape the cultural narrative. As she prepares to bring Snow White to life, her approach to this iconic character is anticipated with excitement and curiosity. How will her interpretation compare to the traditional portrayals? How will her performance inspire the next generation of actors? Rachel Zegler's rise to fame is a narrative of relentless pursuit, incredible talent, and a commitment to authenticity. From her early days in school plays to her groundbreaking roles in major Hollywood films, Rachel has demonstrated an unwavering dedication to her craft and a deep respect for her roots. As she continues to take on challenging roles and push for more representation in the media, Rachel remains a symbol of hope and progress in an evolving industry. What will her next chapter look like? How will she continue to inspire and challenge the norms of Hollywood? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: Rachel Zegler is a name we will hear for many years to come. Was the Snow White remake doomed from the start, or is there more to Rachel Zegler's reaction than meets the eye? Tell us your thoughts, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.